have had so much snow and so much rain this winter and storms. And, well, I was wondering, with all the snow that has fallen, for example, in Russia, in Kamchatka, burying skyscrapers or multi-story buildings, and Moscow has had the most snow they have had in 100 years, I think. And they've had a lot of snow all over the northern hemisphere. Even in Denmark, we've had snow for 3 weeks, which we haven't had for the last, since I came to Denmark in 2012, that is 14 years. So as I was saying, well, what has caused this? What is driving this? And I looked up lots of, scientific papers and all this thing on the net. And I found also this, this video. Now, if you look at it, it's a Mediterranean. And you see where the yellow is, the yellow, like yellow here, here. All those areas are actually old seabed, and they are accumulated seabed and clay and so on. And you know what? They're collapsing all over, from Spain to Turkey, and especially in Sicily, we've had part of a town collapsing. It's happening in America, in northern USA. It's happening in China. The rain has fallen so heavily and so fast that the ground can't absorb it. And I say, we'll end up with a lot of collapsed areas. And this is like, it's just like a whole thing on the whole planet, on the northern part of the planet. That what drives it is actually the ice melting in Greenland and Canada, northern Canada. Yes, northern Canada. And this melting snow changes the weather pattern, and it influences the Polar Vortex. You can look up what Polar Vortex is, but it's like cold air up on the North Pole, which goes like this, and when it gets disturbed, it loses balance, and it creates a lot of, it comes down, instead of going like this, it comes down like this on the northern half. And then it creates storms, violent weather, extreme snow, extreme rain, and causes collapse of those areas that are built on clay, because the clay can't absorb this fast enough, and the lower layers become like sludge, like, not steady, and it creates this landslide that it's like, it's just really interesting. And I have looked up a lot of different papers on this, and I've put them down below. And this particular, this particular video the link is also there below. It's very, very, very interesting because it really shows that when the ice melts, it's not linear. It goes, the weather goes up and down and creates a lot of different situations around the world, and everything changes. Everything changes. It's not just like okay, the ice is melting, so the sea is rising. That's even the least part of it. It creates havoc in the weather, and that's what we have seen this winter. Havoc, completely. This is so interesting because, anyway, I have been protesting, no, we're not having global warming, no, we don't have global warming, blah, 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 blah. Well, we actually do have such a change in ice melting. It is see, that's the sludge. That's the sludge you see there. And one of the things that I was noticing was, the Arctic and the seas about Russia and over to Greenland and Canada is coming up in the news because there's less and less ice, and this is a seaway that is now made possible because of that. And Russia has invested a lot of money for years in that new northern sea route. And so has China, because it makes it shorter and cheaper to send goods the northern way instead of through Suez and Panama and so on. And then I thought, they wouldn't do that without really knowing what they're doing. If we were going towards ice age, it would close and the money would be lost. So even a year where there is more, maybe because of the snow, more ice there, I don't know whether that is the case. In the long run, the powers, the drivers are too strong, and the sea route will open up completely. Maybe by 2050, there will be no ice left there. So this is absolutely very, very interesting. And there's so many things we don't know about ice ages. The scientists, they look more like what happened here in the last ice age, which we are still in because we have ice on the North Pole and on the South Pole. But we are in an interglacial where it is warming. And they're focused on the man-made CO2, which speeds it up. But what happened before in the other 4 ice ages? We can now see some of the things that might have happened because we can now see what happens now. The town that is falling down. See, it's falling down. We're drowning. Ah, la 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 la. Yeah. While they're all talking about, the war in Ukraine and the upcoming in Iran and all this, meanwhile, our world is collapsing into the sea. That's my 10 cents for today. The weather. The weather. Have a nice day, have a nice week, year,